fabulous shot.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our first semi-final match in the Predator Michigan Open, presented by Samsung TV Plus. We are going to have a fantastic Polish affair here between Mieszko Fortuński and Wiktor Zieliński. In the commentary booth for this one, we have Eric Hjorleifsson and Tim de Ruiter for you all. What can you tell me about this match, Eric?
We got a pretty close match in Fargo. Two great players. I mean, Zieliński's been near the top, been doing well in a lot of tournaments in the last couple of years. He's a former Alpha Las Vegas Open champion, second in the International Open, ninth in the World Pool Championships. Fortuński's coming in at a 795 Fargo, former quarterfinalist in the UK Open, third at the World Pool Masters. Fortuński beat both players in the final 16 by a shootout. He beat Georgi Georgiev and Wojciech Szewczak, and Zieliński beat Jashishin and Grabe on the way to the semifinal here. It's going to be a good match.
Yeah, and we spoke about this before the match as well. Both players, well, we are almost certain that they have played each other countless of times.
You would think so, yeah.
I think there is going to be more than just their play. There's going to be some more rivalry just because of, when you start to play each other 50 times, 60 times, then you're going to have this battle always.
Probably putting Fortuński about 5 years older than Zieliński, so maybe one of those players that he looked up to growing up. Zieliński strikes me as a player that was really good even when he was young. I don't know for sure, like really young, like 13, 14, like a natural talent.
I remember my first European Youth Championships in Bosnia. Must have been 2013. That's where he already got his first medal on the European Youth Circuit.
Wow, so he was like 12 or so.
Yeah, exactly. He was really small, and he was disappointed too that he lost.
Sure.
Like, he was not even happy. So imagine, already back then he was a champion, and of course he's also won the Las Vegas Open.
Yeah, it's a 256 player Predator event, so anytime you can go through that many players in this format, you know, he doesn't mind this type of format.
Yeah, also reached the finals in the Germany Open, losing to Dimitri Lukatos.
Ooh, almost missed that one. He's good, though. 7's going to be pocketable. Probably going to have to play the 8 in the long pocket, which should be okay. This rack's looking pretty open.
And still it looks a little uncomfortable to me with where the 4 and the 6. There's a couple of hiccups.
Yeah, you got to get a decent angle on the 4. Any ball that's kind of in the middle of the table, you're going to have to get smaller angles on those type of balls. He's thinking about drawing 2 rails here.
I think I like going 2 rails, center of the table, at least.
He's going to be coming towards the 4 a lot, but if he misses the 9 by a little, should be able to get straight enough on it. He's pretty good there. Cue ball's going towards the side pocket a little bit. If you roll it, you're not going to scratch, but I think you want to put a more aggressive stroke on it, draw it back past the side pocket.
Yeah, just to roll this ball is kind of scary. I think it's a scary stroke. Yeah. If you have to, you have to, but
I feel like he's going to draw it.
Could draw, yeah, just behind the side.
Oh, he went with the roll. Good shot.
Ooh.
Oh, he almost missed it. That's what we're talking about, rolling balls like that are far from the pocket, you know, tricky pocketing angles.
Well,
you want to avoid that.
He also looked like he had more angle. Because he hit it quite thick. And look at where the cue ball still ended
still
up.
Came too far. Yeah, he might have overhit the speed a little bit, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But it will work out. 2 rails. Would have liked to be more straight on the 7 ball.
Yeah, he got a little too much angle on this one.
I think I like to go into the rail and bump the 8
I think
out
so
a little
too.
bit.
Or would you even try to draw around it maybe? I think it's possible to draw around it with a fair bit of left. There you go.
Oh, play that one nicely. And pretty good start.
As good as can be. Break and run to start the match. He's one of those players that you can just feel the natural talent in his stroke. You know what I mean? He sets up real quick. He's not like, has no real pre-shot routine. Just kind of gets down on the shot. Real natural player.
Both players actually are.
Yeah, I feel that from Fortuński as well.
Well, I think that's also because of the polished system. They start to educate players from when they're very young.
Sure.
So by the time they reach, well, let's say in this case, 25 to 30,
Yeah.
they don't really think about fundamentals no more. They're more thinking about the game itself.
It's ingrained in them. It's how they started playing from a very young age. Yeah, that's a good point.
Something which is very tough to do when you're, well, a little bit more aged. It's tough to really get it into your system and then to say, okay, the technique is there, don't think anymore. You know,
Definitely.
that's really tough to do.
Nice square hit on the rack. Gonna get the 9. Gonna get a shot on the 1 as well. He's gonna have to elevate to play position here. Don't feel like his cueing is particularly hampered by the 8. Still tricky when you're elevating at a ball that's this far away from the cue ball, though.
I think he's okay though.
I think it's
Just a little straight on the 1, having a small angle to the left.
can't quite see the angle from the
It looks.
where we're sitting.
I think
but
I would go with top right.
Yeah, you want to avoid elevating whenever you can. Top left, you mean? Like 2 rails or 3 rails?
Well, I
around?
think the 8 is not into play. I think he can play top right. Go short rail, long rail, center of the table. Oh, he had the
I was
angle
thinking-
going the other way.
Yeah, that's how I saw it too, or at least that or straight.
Well, that's a good shot though. Tried to play the bare minimum, just to have at least something on the 2.
He's in between here. He's real thin in the side. I feel like he's too thin in the side. There's a carom option. There's a bank option. Combo option.
Is he gonna play draw and bump the 10 and still get the cue ball up? No, he played it
Barely thick enough in the
played
side.
it thinner on purpose. Another tester here though. He's not done yet.
Yeah. Natural angle for the cue ball is not a scratch. He's going to be playing into the long rail. Can come 2 rails towards the side, I think. Touchy slow roll type shot, though.
Yeah, it also depends if he cuts the ball a little bit more. He will go towards the long rail like this. Catch it a little bit thicker.
It's a good shot.
He could be close to the corner, but maintained good speed. Now, I think I go forward 2 rails and go to the left side of the 5. Potentially 3 rails, land on the bottom short rail.
Yeah, the cue ball's tracking a little further right than what he'd want. We'll see if he decides to cross it over to the short side here. I was thinking about that shot too. Just check it up the
Well, the only
long
thing I
side.
don't like this way is because you put that little inside, you take also a little bit speed away from the shot.
Sure.
Usually when you give that running spin, the right spin in this case, the cue ball would have been a little faster.
Yep, and that's what I ended up getting him here. He got a little thinner than he wanted. It's makeable though. These are the kind of shots that the top players make way more often than even the mid-level players.
Yeah, good recovery shot. On his way to his second breaker run here.
Yeah, he's back in line now. Count him down for this rack. Great start from Zieliński. And it's tough if you're Fortuński, right? You're coming into, the deep end of the tournament and you haven't shot in the first 2 games. See how he responds when he gets a chance.
Oh, it's definitely going to put more pressure on Fortuński. Also, they practice before the match, of course. So you get this feeling, okay, I'm in stroke, I'm feeling good. And then you get put in your chair. Maybe, Victor's not done yet with his run.
Shot for the cue ball, he's okay.
But still, let's say you sit in your chair 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's tough to, let's say he gets a long shot next rack. It's tough to be there.
That's what happened to Fedor when he was playing Lechner in the first round of the final 16, and Fedor got up and just did his business. You know what I mean? Like that's what real champions do. How many times has a set been run out in the history of the tour? I think Pelivanovic did it once, maybe only once or twice. The whole set's been run out.
Mika did it once.
Okay.
I think it was Mika, but not too many times.
Yeah.
It's also so tough just because we're doing the hand rack. It gives tougher racks as well, more clusters, tougher to make a ball, so you're most likely to at least get a couple visits in a set.
For sure.
So basically, people say, well, it's only raised to 4, but you get more play compared to if you play Magic Rack or,
100%.
yeah,
100%,
or 9 ball. You know, it usually opens up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all games have different styles, different things you have to adjust to.
That's a good hit.
Oh.
Made the 1 there. That's what he wants, and he's dead on the 2. Look at that.
Yeah, that 2 ball could not have ended up any better.
A little bit of traffic going up and down table, but he'll manage it. Probably playing it between the 7-10 on the way there and between the 5-10 on the way back.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to get perfectly straight on the 3. As long as he gets just past the side pocket, he's already good.
Yeah, the 4 is near it. What he's looking at now is he's figuring out how he's going to manage the 5-9. It's probably going to end up being a combo. There is room on the short side, but you won't really be able to get position back to the 6. So I think he's going to have to play a combo on the 5-9.
Oh, and this is...
Watch out for the side. He's in.
Yeah, it's in.
Wow.
Yeah, I was thinking he was a little low in the cue ball. I think I was going to play top spin, and then based on the left spin, that's how I'm going to feel to go in between them.
Mm-hmm.
A little low and, well, not very expected.
Especially after running 2 racks. I think the only play here is the combo on the 5-9.
Yeah, I think so too. The only thing I could be annoying.
But the way he played position is to come into the short side. I mean, the short side will work, but you got to make sure you have an angle with the cue ball coming back up table.
Well, I'm also doubting he might run into the 6 as well.
It's okay there. Bunch of left. So you don't want to come on this side of the 5. That was the problem with this shot. It's going to hit the 9, I think.
Yeah, I think he's got to play with a lot of top spin and go off the 9 back down. But
yeah, if you go off the right side of the 9, something good could happen.
Yeah, sometimes you need to take a little gamble. He could play the carom on the 9 or roll up in between the 9 and the rail if he... Because now, from this angle, I'm actually doubting if that 5 ball goes.
I don't think he would have played position like that. I feel like he's set up for the short side position. But I think the biggest issue is that the cue ball's running into the 9 here. He didn't call the 9, did he? I'm pretty sure he's calling the 5.
Well, it's either just top spin or top spin and some right spin, I think.
He's going to go around it. Watch this shot.
Oh, he was going to try and draw off the... I'm not sure about this. The only thing I'm sure about is that 10 ball might have made the whole rack a lot more difficult.
It did. The 6 doesn't pass, pretty sure.
Well, if it does, Wiktor got a little roll.
He's looking at it close. He's actually more eyeing it up like it does pass. So this is ominous for Fortuński. Going to be down 3-0 if Wiktor makes a couple good shots here.
This one's tough though. Has to stun the cue ball and then with a lot of spin to at least get to where he can cut the 6.
Yeah, that shot was tougher than it looked. He's gotten down and looked at it a few times, so there is a possibility he could clip the 10 on the way in. Nice shot. Should be good now. A little bit of movement back from the 9-10. Probably 3 rails around.
Yeah, we'll have to play the 7 ball with right spin. tracking towards the 8. Don't expect him to go around the 9. Always stay away from it. So now I would probably tell myself, center of the table is already good. A little bit further is nice, but if you at least get to the center, then you'll have an okay angle to work with.
Yeah, just leaving yourself that 3-rail track back, and that's a position track that comes up a lot playing rotation. It's a shot that you need to know and be able to execute from all angles. Like if you're a little thicker like this, you're gonna draw it a little more. If you're a little or stun it a little more. If you're a little thinner, you're gonna draw it a little more. Always running spin on this shot as well.
Perfect on the 10. So not another break and run, but he came back to the table quite fast, and things are not looking too great to start with for Mieszko.
Hit the last break perfect too.
He's wondering if he could take a timeout right now, but they usually only do this in between the sets.
Yeah, it seems like the stipulations are you can only take a break between sets. I think that's what John just told him.
I think he was, I would do the same. I would try to do the same, just to take the break so Wiktor would slow down maybe a little bit.
Sure.
Because so far Wiktor made one mistake, and besides that, he looks like he's been queuing really nice.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Oh yeah, but played some shots that he made look easy. That's what these players do. There goes the 1 again. Well, he's dialed in on that break. If you're making the 1 like that twice in a row, it's a good sign.
Tough shot on the 2 ball though.
Yeah, the 4 passes the 8, but his first thing he's gonna have to solve is how to get back to the 3.
I am looking at if he can go in between the 10 and the corner pocket, bottom right corner pocket, and then nudge the 7 and still come back up.
Yeah.
Something like that, but this is not easy at all.
He's gonna power draw out of it. Bunch of left.
Is he gonna be able to get there? Maybe if he runs into the top side of the 7, he might still be able to come back up.
Sure. He's kind of looking at that right now, actually.
I think he has to do something creative here. There's nothing, not in the obvious way though.
Yeah, I don't like drawing in between the 10-7, so he's just gonna try to get as much draw out of it as he can and see how the cue ball reacts. Yeah, he knew that's new cloth. It's not gonna come back enough. He was in a trap there though.
Oh, he
yeah
might have actually ended up with something.
I see that.
It's a tough shot though. Also needs to hold the cue ball at least a bit. Center of the table is okay.
Yeah, it's very tough to judge when the object ball is close to the cue ball like this. It's very tough to judge what the contact point is because the cue ball is kind of blocking it.
Let's call this extension. Knowing that if he makes a 3 ball, he's most likely to be out. Oh, he decided to hold the cue ball for a natural angle to go to the 5, and he's played this very, very good.
I think he's still got to draw it, and he's got to favor the inside of the pocket, so it's not straightforward.
Oh, I think he can stun over.
Good hit. Still had the outside of the pocket. He knew that. That's why he played it like that. And again, making it look easy, but 3 breaking runs, and first set's over in about 15 minutes. 20 at most.
Yeah, we didn't even get to 20 minutes. Well, I knew beforehand this match was most likely to be a fast one because both players, they don't really think very long.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but just they know what to do.
They see they're natural.
They don't really doubt it.
Sure, yeah. It's such a dangerous style when it's working well, too. You know, you see filler playing like that, right?
Well, the biggest thing is they can really have such a hot streak that they just keep continuing. That's the scary part. Usually the thinkers, their consistency every time, 3-4 racks, maybe make a small little thing, but then if they win the safety battle, they do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But these kind of guys, they can actually just now run 8 or 9 in a row just keep going.
And in my opinion, you know, both styles work, no doubt. But my opinion, like to actually win the tournament, you know, to get on a hot streak, this type of style is lends more to actually winning the tournament.
So we're going to go for a short little break as Fortuński left the arena, and we'll be right back for you guys. And we are back here from Battle Creek, Michigan with the Pro Billiard Series, Predator Pro Billiard Series, together with Q Sports International, CSI.
It's going to be Fortuński's first break of the match here. Zieliński had the one going the side, 2 of his breaks in the first set.
Well, breaking from the same side as Zieliński. I don't blame him.
Cut it a little more, made the one go sharp. Didn't make a ball, too.
Well, hasn't left the one in the open, and the 2 ball is locked, so we will at least get to see a couple of visits from both players, guessing.
First moving game of the set here. I think just pushing for distance, somewhere down near the 2-7 probably.
Yeah, wondering how much he likes the cut. If he goes to the bottom right corner, leave the cut, and then you can run into the 2-7.
Interesting.
You know, one will like to cut the ball, and the other one will say, "Oh my, I'm not gonna try this." So, but it's risky though. If you give it and someone actually cuts it in and goes, then well, you gave him that shot. But that's the risk you sometimes gotta take by playing the push.
The variable here is that the 2's tied up as well, but there are a lot of angles that you can get on the 2 where you can leave the cue ball behind the 7. So it is an important battle on the 1. I'd have been trying to tie the 3 up with that cluster there. It's kind of weird that he would move
the
2 balls like that.
The thing I was wondering is, what about if he pushed the 3 really soft together with the 6?
Make even more.
I don't blame him giving this back. I didn't really see any easy route.
If he tries to make it, it's going to be rail first with spin. Cue ball's going to be coming back the right direction. Tough.
Or is he going to try and spin around the 8? But then the 1 ball is most likely to be in the open.
I see that. Yeah.
I didn't really like the turnout.
Try to play the cue ball 3 rails behind the 6.
Well, he also knew, at least this way, he was not going to give Fortuński a shot on the 1 and a shot to where he can develop the 2.
Right. If you power drew this ball, you could get into it. I mean, you can get the cue ball over to the left side rail and back into the 2, but that's an extremely tough shot. Fortuński likes those type of shots, though. Wouldn't put it past him.
Gonna play super draw here. Run into the 7.
Oh, he hit it
Oh, hit that
smooth.
good. And
I
look
thought-
at this. Oh, what a shot.
I thought he'd have to hit it harder than that. Made that look real easy. Smooth, good time stroke there.
Well, he does have a big stroke.
When he needs it. But even there, he just hit it so well that kept the speed down. Great shot after not shooting much for the first set, really. He could come up here and play the combo on the 6. Just considering other options, but I think the one he's going to go with is going to end up being the combo. Rest of this rack is lying pretty good. Everything's there, not too much movement.
Yeah, just needs to make sure he still has the 3 after making the combo. Always a little risk. Played it well. Had to hit the 6 quite thick. Cheated the pocket on the combo. Made it look easy also, I think.
Like drawing or following this ball?
I like follow 2 rails. Get nice and close to the 4.
Good shot. Perfect angle. Just checking the exact angle he needs on the 5s. He's going to have to draw over to the long side of the 7.
You're probably going to draw maybe a ball or 2. Not much.
Got a little on the straight side, but he might have wanted it like that. Put a more confident stroke on it. Back into the angle. It's good play.
So now I'm guessing he's going to play 2 rails. Because he will like to be having an angle towards the right long rail with the 8 to stun back out. So if you play 2 rails, it's easier to get that angle. No, played 1 rail. And
same shot.
yeah, the only thing I have with going 1 rail is you can end up straight or just that little angle going to the left side, which I'm not a big fan of.
Which he kind of did. I mean, he'll be okay, but I did like going 2 rails there as well.
I mean, it's not a game changer to where, man, you can make the 8 no more, you're not going to get out, but,
yeah,
you know, you can make it a little easier.
Yeah. 2 rail draw here, a bit of left spin. Straight across is fine too. 10's easy enough. Didn't need to add draw into the equation there.
So, looking to be first blood in this second set for Fortuński. We're playing best of 3 sets, races to 4. If they tie 3 each in the final set, we will go to a shootout to decide who's going to be in the final. But that's a long way for Mieszko Fortuński. Lost the first set 4-0. Wiktor Zieliński almost played flawless that set.
3 break-and runs in the first set for Wiktor.
But I see no reason why Fortuński couldn't do the same thing in this set.
Yeah, caught the last break on a bit of a cut angle. He'll know that. I mean, that cut angle actually pushes the 1 towards the side sometimes, too. It could have been that he was trying it. But since it didn't go in the first time, I think he'll try to go back to hitting it square on this break.
Yeah, if you felt like you hit the break really good and it didn't go, then you will really have to change around. But if you feel, yeah, you didn't really execute it that perfect, you're going to keep trying to, at least.
He's strong breaking from the middle, too. What I like when he breaks from the middle, he doesn't stand up, and he still hits it with a lot of power. Watch this. Just stays down, powers through it. Look at that. Hit it really well. Didn't work out, though. Oh, 6.
Oh,
6
6
slid in.
and looks to be having a shot on the 1. Thin and not easy to be on the 2.
He can spin the cue ball to the left of the 4, and then I think he'll try to spin it outside the 8. That leads into playing the 2 in the side. Tough to see if the 2 passes the 3.
I don't think it does go to the side. I would say bottom right corner or top right corner.
Yeah, you can play it. You can extend it all the way
He could
around
maybe
to
go
the
around
corner.
the 8 and then the 2 in the top right.
I think that's the play.
It's not a comfortable cut too. This is a shot which most of the people hit too thick. because they're so trying to maneuver the cue ball that with that little spin, you're gonna cut the ball a little different.
Might not have enough speed to get for the corner. Not as good as he would have liked, but it's still available.
I think this might still be able to work out. He can stun off the rail, back out for the 3 in the side or in the same top right corner. But we'll have to be accurate. This is a big shot.
Nice hit. Didn't want to rub the 3, but it worked out in a way that's not going to hurt him. Tough parts of the rack are done now. Both players playing really well this set. As you would expect, them both being this far in the tournament. Can't get there without being in good stroke.
Well, the only thing you could imagine, maybe Fortuński getting a little bit more nerves.
Yeah, he hasn't been near the end as much as Zieliński.
Not saying he's never won. Like, I know he's won Euro Tour events and European Championships. Like, I know. But it's not, I don't think, just as much as Zieliński already got so far.
Yeah, a little bit lower profile in those events.
Yeah, pretty straightforward layout here.
Yeah, everything's connect the dots here.
Float the 8 in the top left corner to have the 9 in the right side pocket. Just try to get straight on the 8.
I think he'll stick to the middle next break. I mean, the one that he went to the middle, he made a ball, and the one that was on the side really didn't. So it only makes sense that he would go middle again.
Well, you're not going to change the momentum you have too.
Sure.
Like if you made a ball, of course it's a little lucky, but if you feel that momentum is there, keep doing the same thing.
The middle break is deadly if you start making balls because it spreads the rack better, so you're more likely to get easier type runouts.
Yeah, 2-0, Mieszko Fortuński. Definitely trying to get to that third set. This has been a good match so far. Players looking to be in stroke.
Only one missed ball, really.
And looking pretty fresh as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Fortuński made the opportunity for himself with the shot on the 1, breaking out the 2-7. That's how this offensive run started for him. Zieliński didn't really make any mistakes this set. The other men's semifinal is Predator Gorst and Aloysius Yap. That's going to be on, I think it's 6 o'clock. We're going to have a women's match after this one.
Let's find out.
I think 6:30 maybe. Back to the middle again.
4 p.m.
Okay.
So our defending champion, 2 times defending champion Aloysius Yap taking on Predator Gorst.
Hit it well. It's rare for the 1 to go on the side when you're breaking from the middle, but it did. It went directly in. Didn't get a shot on the 2 though.
Well, we'll have to play a good safety here. Couple options. I like banking the 2 ball using the right long rail down beneath the 10 and bringing the cue ball behind the 6-7 possibly.
I like that one too, yeah. Pretty big wall there, 6-7.
There is an offensive shot. I mean, if you really want to go, you can cut the 2 off the 8 in the side.
That or even cut it all the way down to the corner.
But I like the safety more.
Yeah, safety's the percentage.
Just
play.
want to make sure you stay in control. Played it really good though.
Yeah, he got him good.
And no kick and stick from the bottom rail.
Has to be a heavy swerve. I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, good shot.
There's
Thinking you might have to go just 1 rail.
Yeah.
Right long rail and try to hit the 2 right in the face. Quite some speed and get some distance.
I see that. Yeah, he's calling in the corner just in case. He's not actually trying to make it. He's going for more of the square hit. I mean, if you were really aggressive, you could try to make it. There's still a lot of balls on the table. The chances of getting safe if you don't are still decently high. He made it. What a shot. At the speed he hit it at, too.
Oh, and look at how he got on the 3 as well.
No kidding. Yeah. Gonna draw out of this one, probably 4 on the side. Great hit. He's in dead stroke, isn't he, Tim? Playing real well.
Yeah, he doesn't really look like he's gonna miss a shot soon.
See what he can do when he gets the break back. I think he likes these Predator tables. He plays well in them. He's done well in a lot of Predator events. Could try to get straight in on the 8 here and draw straight back for the 9. There's a 3 rails around option too.
I think I would go straight. Just go straight on the 8.
Kind of got more of the 3 rails side of it. 10's in the way of that track, but he'll manipulate the cue ball around it.
Yeah, play it a little thinner, and then you can judge with the spin to maneuver it. Got a little further than he would have liked to be, so I was gonna say it's gonna go to the other side. Those shots are so routine for guys like on this caliber.
Yeah. That's what you need in your game to be a high-level player, though. You need those shots that are at 100%. You just never make a mistake on those shots. Not only with pocketing the ball, but getting real good on the next ball, right? Like there has to.
Yeah, they're getting perfect on their next shot.
Mm-hmm. I believe the speed that he hit the kick at, that he was trying to kick it in. If he was trying to hit it square and stick it, he would have hit it way harder.
Yeah, the thing I'm wondering, he played it to where he knew if he overcut kicking it this way, the cue ball would end up on the short rail and the cue ball would go up a little bit.
Sure.
So I think there was a built-in safety chance.
Yeah, he was thinking about that too.
But he also felt like, hey, I might actually, if you feel good, sometimes you just feel like, I might kick this in, and then it happens.
Why not?
You just feel it.
Why not take a chance at making it, right? And that's what happened. Might win him the set here. Great shot.
Yeah, definitely stopping that run from Mieszko Fortuński, who played good, 2 racks. Scores 2-1. Let's see if he can produce another killer break.
1 went short that time.
A little more cut on the 1.
It's going towards the corner and help the 3 in. Oh, this is going to be interesting. You have to push to a jump. Or do you even push it in the pocket and then somehow play a push position on the 2?
I wouldn't mind that. I think it's either that or push to a kick.
That could work
Kick
too.
extremely firm, to get the cue ball out, but it's risky because you got to kick it that firm. I think that would be some move. I'm not doing this.
This is okay, but the thing is, you got to lag the cue ball right to that location, right?
Yeah, if you go a little bit left or a little bit right, there's a little dirt on the table. Now you hook yourself. Or this might be all a trick. He's acting like he's gonna leave that for a jump, and then he's just gonna kick it in.
He's going for it. Look how confident he is here to lag the cue ball exactly where he wants. Short of where he wanted.
The jump is so tough. You gotta land right on that 1 ball if you do.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's why I'm saying he might act like he was gonna jump and then kick this ball, because I like the kick so much better.
Yeah.
Go 2 rails at it, quite some speed, run into the 7, and if you're lucky, you can actually go right in between the 5-6 and come out. Oh, and he overcut the ball.
I think this is the right call. It kind of looked like he nicked it on the way in, but how could you have ever overcut it like that? We're too far away to say. I mean, John's closer. He knew.
Yeah, he was right next to it, so
Yeah.
I don't question it. But
Just looked like he hit it first, but he actually didn't. Couldn't have overcut it from that angle.
on the other side, though, Fortuński took a big risk there, though.
Yeah.
He could have said, well, you know, I know you're playing well, but I want to see you make this.
Biggest question, yeah, and that was the worst case, that he didn't even hit the 1. I don't think he would have ever expected that. But the biggest question would have been, would he have got position on the 2?
Yeah.
Six to 7 needs a little work.
I
Can
think
draw.
if he can cross over to the right long rail, be close to straight, if you can get the cue ball just a little bit off the rail, now you have automatic angle on the 6 to
Yeah,
move around.
and
So
then-
just barely get straight. You don't want to be perfectly straight because then you're still going to be glued to the rail, but if you can bounce really soft, see just a soft bounce, he's got perfect on the 5.
Yeah.
Like he's just, if you give me shots like this, I can do it.
Sure.
He's playing really good cue ball so far.
I think drawing the cue ball up the left side rail here from this.
Oh, going forward. Okay. I thought he was just going to stun off and then go 2 rails to the 7.
So did I, but I guess he wanted to get a little closer to it because he knew he needed pretty precise cue ball feel on this shot. It's like a Z track position here. Stun it, 2 rails, cross it over.
So I do like, took a little bit more time. Judging, like, okay, on the second rail, you see it slides a lot more on the new cloth.
Yeah.
The Arcadia cloth is still playing pretty new. So in a pool room, that would be straightening up a lot more.
Probably even behind the 10, but he knew that and, you know, hit it perfect again. Just going to level it up 2 each here. Got a little too straight. I mean, he wanted an angle going to the right so he could kind of get to the proper side of the 9. He'll manage.
Yeah, he can draw back still, either to the long rail or leave the 9 in the top right corner. Yeah, he's perfect.
Still got the right angle.
Only thing that he had to do is make sure to leave that angle to go back down table.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to get the cue ball near the 10. Great set so far, 2 each in the second set. Zieliński won the first set 4-1 for people just tuning in. Broken ran 3 of the racks. Zieliński's playing excellent. Fortuński hasn't really done anything wrong. I mean, he made that one positional choice on the 5 in the first set, which was nothing, just his choice, nothing really wrong to say about it. And from there, Zieliński kicked in the 2 in the third rack of the second set, and Fortuński hasn't shot since.
Yeah, the only thing you could really blame Fortuński is, you know, he could have given the push out back. That's the only thing. He took a little gamble there.
Yeah.
But then still, I don't mind to take that gamble sometimes too. Like sometimes you gotta make something happen, and sometimes it's, you know, you just feel, oh, okay, I don't feel good enough. Just please, you can go.
Especially when you're playing a player that's playing at Zieliński's level, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to take some kind of chance when you get it. Good
That's
hit.
square. Just that one ball got bumped by the 2, and
Saw that. Didn't make a
Ooh,
ball
almost.
this time.
almost made the 3 at the end. And ooh, this is tough though. Queuing over the 9, cutting the 1. Needs to play 2 rails, twice the short rail.
Yeah, I see that. That track is kind of leading to the cue ball going in behind the 5. It's possible to make it to the left of the 5, and that's what he's going to try. But
Or play it that way. You know it's going to track towards the 5, so you play it with more speed
sure,
to bump it in case you get close.
good play too.
But like I said, this is awkward queuing though, and especially being queuing over the 9, putting that little spin on the cue ball is going to also massage just a bit. So It's not really one of my favorite shots.
Oh yeah, we're saying like it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to make the ball. You can actually miss the ball here.
He decides not to put spin on it. Oh. Well,
So he didn't spin it, right? He was too afraid to spin it, and maybe he just knew he was going to run into the 9 and just leave himself some kind of shot on the 2. Not sure.
yeah. Well, on the other side, makes no sense spinning it if you're going to miss the 1 ball. So
Yeah. And the cue ball could have came behind the 5.
so he's either got the 2 in the side soft, I think.
Pretty sharp
I
on
don't.
the
Yeah,
side.
I don't know. I don't like it that much to the side, but to the corner, the cue ball is a lot different.
Yeah.
He might be able to make it in the side and get off the rail, but then he's got to be really precise. If he
Yeah.
shoots it to the corner, he has a little bit more play. It will be easier to make the 2, but then the cue ball is going to be more difficult. Trying to find the gap between the 9 and the 10, and he's missed it.
First ball missed, really. Missed the 5 in the first set, but that was more because of position. Those cuts up to the long pocket off angle are really tough.
Well, if you look at the cue, I think he was playing the cue ball so much that the shot got even more sensitive. Like, it got super touchy.
That was part of it too. He's really trying to focus on the cue ball there as well.
Yeah, and Wiktor is just capitalizing on almost everything he gets.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, if the table's open enough, you just expect him to run out at this point. Just by the way he's moving, the way he's hitting the ball.
Around the 7-8. This way, knowing that if he hits that left long rail, he's guaranteed to have an angle on the 4.
Yep.
Now,
Last 4 balls are lying real good, all near each other.
just guessing, he's going to play 2 rails. I don't think he can hold the cue ball. And he got nice. He played good. Good shot. And yeah, draw to the side pocket. Always angle to come down for the 7. Like you said, this is Duck Duck Goose. This is not going to be in Fortuński's favor.
Yeah, he's gonna run out here and be breaking to win the set. Played really well so far.
Got a little straight on the 7, so chose not to do anything weird and take a little bit
Yeah,
tougher shot on the 8 to
Yeah.
move the cue ball, but
just move the cue ball a little more here, but he's got so much room on this side of the table for the 9. He's fine. Gets down on the shot so quick, eh? Just kind of just sets up and just gets locked in real quick.
yes, and this is to get on the hill, double hill. We'll only need 1 more wreck, Wiktor Zieliński, to be in the finals later today. Looking to grab another title here, Wiktor Zieliński is looking very good so far today. Referee John Lehman wrecking the Predator Arcos II balls with the Predator Arrow Wreck. Putting the perfect rack for Wiktor Zieliński, who has been breaking so good as well. He's been making many balls on the break.
Yeah, I made the 1 in the side a couple times. I don't think he made it the last 2 breaks, but that's definitely the break he's going for. And just hitting the rack square where he has a chance to fluke other balls as well. There's only been 1 break in the whole set that they haven't made a ball on. Again, 1 ball just slam dunked in the side.
Well,
Might have caught a window between those 2 balls. It's a super thin cut if there is.
and also to get on the 3 is another challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you can just cut the 2 ball to the as long as you can see enough of it, just cut the 2 ball to the left here and get the 8 in between the cue ball and the 2. Good shot.
Yeah, and how are you gonna kick this shot too? I don't think you can go using the bottom short rail. The 8 is in that path, and you cannot reach the right long rail. Might have to massage through the bottom short rail and then into the bottom left side of the 2.
I think that's the only shot. Is we're just gonna tie it up.
Yeah. Also, they're playing with a shot clock. You don't really have. Ooh.
Did he line it up?
Yeah. He
think he
looks like
did.
he lined it
I
up.
think he did.
Well, that's why I was gonna say they don't really have much time. So I understand he was trying to do something else and kicking at it.
It's the type of shot that if there was no shot clock, it might take you a minute and a half or 2 minutes to really figure out what the right shot was. But yeah, you have to make a decision quickly here.
Yeah, look what he's left too. Straight in on the 2, 3 ball next to it. If he can get on the 4, this might be over.
Maybe someone will beat Fedor. You never know. Just kidding. Of course, Aloysius could beat him too.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, we have seen some great displays from Aloysius Jupp, from Federer, and now from Zieliński.
Sure.
So
yeah. It's going to be a great final. And the other semifinals coming up at 6:30, I believe. I think you said
no, 4
is
4
it
p.m.
4? Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah. Okay.
So our next match for today will be Aloysius Jupp and Fedor Gorst, which obviously is one of the best matches we could get in this tournament.
Yeah, going to be in for another treat there. Yap's trying to become the 3-time defending champion.
Yeah, what more can we say? The layout is just so good. Oh, maybe gets a little short, but still, he's got so much room on the table. He can even choose to go 3 rails on this 7 ball and still be good.
I think it'll be a 3-rail play here, yeah.
Could go fancy, play top right, just to go 2 rails. Yeah, he's perfect.
Great set from Zieliński.
Yeah, great match. He's only made 1 mistake, as I remember.
Broken ran 4 of the 8 games he won. Looking real good.
So perfect on the 10 ball, and looks like Wiktor Zieliński is through to the final, beating Mieszko Fortuński in 2 straight sets. Great play. And we will have the other semi-final at 4 p.m. This was Eric Gerleifson and myself, Tim de Ruiter. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you're there the next match.
Okay,
Thank
guys,
you.
see you back in a bit.